Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd like to do today is to go through a book entitled Power versus Force. And it's a book that was authored by David Hawkins and published on the 25th of June 2014. This book explores the distinction between power and force, delving into the nature of human consciousness and the factors that influence personal and collective well-being. This author, Hawkins, presents a framework for understanding the various levels of consciousness and how they relate to truth, energy, and action. So without a further ado, let's see where this book can lead us, what we can learn, and what we can incorporate into our daily lives. So the first point that the author makes is where we look at understanding power versus force. And Hawkins distinguishes between power, which is aligned with truth and identity, and force, which is rooted in coercion and manipulation. Power is constructive, whereas force is the opposite. It's considered to be destructive. This distinction is crucial for understanding how true strengths arise from authenticity and the willingness to serve God and to serve others. We then move on to looking at the map of consciousness. This book introduces this new concept called the map of consciousness, a scale that ranks levels of human consciousness from low, shame, guilt, and fear, to high, which include love, joy, and peace. And each level of consciousness corresponds to specific emotional states and energetic frequencies, indicating that higher levels of consciousness lead to greater personal and societal well-being. We look at a thing called the role of calibration, and Hawkins explains the various thoughts, actions, and beliefs which can be calibrated on this scale of consciousness by using muscle testing, which is called applied kinesiology. One can measure the truthfulness of statements or concepts, allowing individuals to discern the levels of consciousness associated with different ideas and different actions. The power of truth is examined, and this book emphasizes that truth resonates at a higher frequency than falsehood. Hawkins argues that aligning oneself with truth leads to empowerment, whilst falsehood and deception lead to weakness and disempowerment. This insight encourages readers to seek and uphold truth in their lives. We look at emotional energy and its impact, and Hawkins discusses how emotions carry different levels of energy and influence on our health, relationships, and decision making. Positive emotions like love and compassion raise our energy level, whilst negative emotions like anger and fear lower them. This basic understanding, encourages individuals to cultivate positive emotional states and to try and keep those positive states. We look at a concept of collective consciousness, and the author explores the concept of collective consciousness, suggesting that the consciousness of individuals contributes to the overall energy of society. By raising individual consciousness, people can positively impact the collective, leading to societal transformations and healing. We then have a look at responsibility and choice, and Hawkins emphasises personal responsibility and the power of choice in shaping one's life experience. Individuals have the ability and the duty to choose their thoughts, emotions, and actions, which ultimately determines their level of consciousness and the quality of their life. This is powerful stuff. We also go on to talk about the illusion of ego, and the book discusses the role of the ego, highlighting that attachment to ego-based identities can hinder spiritual growth and awareness. Letting go of ego-driven desires allows individuals to tap into higher states of consciousness and realize their true selves. We look at the importance of forgiveness. Hawkins underscores the transformative power of forgiving and indulging in forgiveness, both for oneself and others. Holding on to resentment and anger lowers one's consciousness, whilst practicing forgiveness elevates it, facilitating healing and personal liberation. And the last key point to come from this wonderful book is the spiritual awakening and enlightenment. The book concludes with insights on the journey towards spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Hawkins encourages readers to pursue higher consciousness through practices such as prayer, meditation, self-inquiry, and service to others. He posits that true power lies in the alignment with love, compassion, and higher consciousness. So, in summary, in this book, Power versus Force by David R. Hawkins presents a profound exploration of the dynamics of consciousness, the distinction between power and force, and the implications for personal and societal growth. Through the map of consciousness and insights into truth, emotional energy, and accountability, Hawkins provides a framework of understanding how individuals can elevate their consciousness and contribute positively to the world around them. This book serves as a guide for those seeking to cultivate power through alignment, through truth, and higher values.